Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu V'shalom V'shalom.
Shalom, welcome. So there's a story of Rabbi Menachem Mendel, the great Hasidic master, that before he went to travel to the Holy Land, he went to seek the blessing of the great disciple of the Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Yaakov Yosef of Polnoi. Now, Rabbi Yaakov Yosef was a teacher of simplicity, and he despised shows of wealth or shows of status, despised materialism, and so forth. And when Rabbi Menachem Mendel showed up, he arrives in this big fancy carriage. He gets out, he's wearing these fancy silver buckles on his feet, and he's not dressed even in a way that's respectful to see a Rebbe. He's wearing no hat, he has no belt, and worst of all, he has a big pipe sticking out of his mouth and he's smoking. And when the disciples of Rabbi Yaakov Yosef saw this, they were sure that the Rebbe would get angry and just kick him out. Instead, he warmly welcomes in Rabbi Menachem Mendel, and they go off by themselves for a while, for hours, and finally he sends him off with blessings and hugs and kisses. So the disciples come to their Rebbe, and they say, "What is this? We don't understand. For sure, if one of us did that, you would really let us have it. You'd be angry with us." And he says, "Let me tell you a story." He says, there was once a king who had to go off to battle and leave the palace. So he had to hide all of his treasures. And his most precious treasure, the crown jewel, he needed to find a very special place so that no one would be able to find it. So he decided to hide it in a place in the palace devoted to refuse and trash. And he found the most disgusting pile of rotting eggshells and banana peels and coffee grounds and so on. And in there he hid the crown jewel. And so it is, he said, with Rabbi Menachem Mendel. He hides his great humility in the trash heap of vanity. So I love this story. It has so many different levels to it. One thing we learn right away, of course, is that it doesn't do us any good to judge people. And in fact, what we see from a person externally doesn't always give us a picture of what's going on inside. Humility is ultimately an inner thing. And when we judge a person, what are we doing? We're just making a trash heap in ourselves. We're just filling ourselves and polluting our inner world with negativity and judgment and so on. But on another level, it's good to see that humility is not even really a thing at all. Humility is, in a sense, just a label that we put on this simple, radiant, beautiful quality of consciousness. The quality of being in a person when arrogance and vanity are absent. And this simplicity, this basic, beautiful inner quality never goes away. As it says in the prayer of gratitude said in the morning, Elohai neshama shenatata bi tohorehi, my God, the soul, or the consciousness that you placed within me, is pure. So, how do we connect with that purity and simplicity? I imagine that if someone were to find the crown jewel in the refuse heap in the palace, it would be somebody who was going around cleaning up, and they accidentally slip on a banana peel and fall into the trash heap themselves. And when they fall, they say, "What is this? I feel something hard underneath me. What is this?" And they explore, and suddenly they find that jewel. And it's the same thing for us. Many of us find this spiritual jewel, this inner jewel, by accident. But even if we're searching for it, in a sense, we need to let ourselves fall into it. We need to slip Because normally we're holding ourselves up. We're standing up straight, which means that we're holding ourselves separate with the energy of our intentions and opinions, agendas, ideas, our sense of time, our sense of where we're going. And if we just relax all that and let ourselves actually make contact with the present moment, meaning what our awareness is receiving in this moment. So what is your awareness receiving in this moment? Feel a breeze on your face. Feel some sunlight. Hear the sound of a bird. Or some moonlight. Or just darkness. Or whatever happens to be happening in the moment. Just a breath can bring you back to this basic, simple reality. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yakol ha'olam v'yamru amen. May the peace that is inherent in this conscious state that we are dipping into now be manifest in the world among all of us and among all of humanity. And we say Amen.
Ha